Welcome back on Real Deal this morning. You've locked up the knives, medicines, and toiletries. You have installed baby gates, put in electrical socket covers, and made sure there's no bookshelves that can easily topple over. Okay, that sounds like I've done all that. But is your house truly child-proof? A study by a local hospital here in Singapore showed that 60% of childhood injuries occur at home. The thing is, what looks safe to an adult can often be a hidden hazard for a little one. But does making your home safe for children mean compromising on decor? Well, I certainly think so. But that's the question we'll be posing to our guest this morning, interior designer Luis Chia and managing director of online interior design portal Renonation, Kenneth Tan. Good to have you with us. I understand both of you have young children. Yep. Let's start with you first, Luis. How does your home look like? What does your home look like?
Fully child-proof, of course. For the kid, as a parent of two, basically we started child-proofing right from the day that we moved in. We designed the place well, furnitures, how we position the stuff, and yeah.
So you were a forward planner. What about you, Kenneth?
Similarly to Louis as well, I think for myself, I had the basic child-proofing methods, but to the extent I prefer to slowly educate my child to know what's safe and what's not, because when they grow up at the end of the day, I can't be eyeing on them when they are like 6 years old, 7 years old.
We'll get to sort of educating children later on, because that's an important aspect of it, but I'm getting this picture now that you've both said that you've sort of child-proofed your homes, that there are lots of unappealing, unattractive sort of pieces of furniture and soft edges and whatnot. How would you describe the look of your home? Is it still stylish?
In fact, child-proofing does not need to be obvious. It can be blended into the design. You know, it can be, for example, a window. It's not necessarily that you need to put grills. We can, for myself, we divide the window into two portions. The lower portions will be a fixed panel, so literally the kids couldn't actually get hold of the window, and only the top part is openable. Even if we have to put in grills, we can put some design to the grills.
Well, what are some of these actual hidden hazards that parents should look out for? Because we know the obvious ones, right?
Yeah, the obvious ones like what you have mentioned earlier, the electrical power sockets, etc. I think the hidden ones, right now I can think of mainly 3 different types. For instance, in the kitchen, you have the refrigerator. Most homeowners, they would have the small little design magnets. Right. These magnets actually are a very potential risk in getting the children choked. So it'd be good to take it away. Do not place the small little magnets on the refrigerator, because if the kid were to slam the door, it's easily drop off. And the other one would be perhaps, I would say, the window blinds, as mentioned earlier. Window blinds itself, okay, it's the in thing right now because it's easier to clean than curtains, comparable. So, but I feel that window blinds normally comes with a cord or a chain by the side of it. So take note that this cord should be hung up high on the wall with a hook. Try it to be hidden away from reach of the children itself. So that way they will not strangle.
I've noticed that some of my kids want to play with the string.
Yes.
It's just kind of dangling there. So I've known to put that away. What was the third? You had the
third one would be, study shows that in the bathroom, it is one of the most dangerous areas for young children. So not only it's slippery, shows that in research that kids, in fact babies, can actually be drowned with just a few inches of water. So I would really strongly advise parents not to multitask, not to try to multitask while bathing the children. So if you have something on, like you got an important phone call to answer, you want to wait for the dishes to be well done, etc. Do it before or after bathing. So henceforth, I mean, you won't get into messy situations as well.
Those things require parents being vigilant and taking extra care. But what about simple things like, hard edges, corners of tables and things like that? Is there anything that you can do to sort of get around the problem of wanting to have style, but at the same time making it safe for your children?
For me, I think, the normal things which people like mention is the sharp edges where you can put those plugs in round corners. But
those are very ugly. I have to say, I'm going to say it right now. Those are ugly. ugly. Like, for example, if we had
The
this
bumpers,
corner,
the
yeah, those
corner
bumpers are
bumpers.
not. As an interior designer, you don't approve of that, do you,
Style
Louis?
cramping.
That's
Style
stylish.
cramping.
I would start with nice design without sharp edges.
So just choosing a round
Yes.
table and not
Yes.
buying
Right.
the sharp table
That's right.
Yeah.
to begin with.
Correct. Or if you really have to purchase that nice sharp edge design table, you can actually perhaps purchase fabric and foam, and as well as a sewing material. So what you do is to wrap up the table and then to secure it with the sewing material. And to add some spice to it, I mean, kids, they love to draw, right? Just add a white fabric on top of the table. Give your child some crayons, and they can actually just draw the white fabric. And in time, you can just change the white fabric alone.
And keep changing it.
Yeah, and when the child grows up, you can just remove the wrap fabric.
Well, Louis, as from the interior design point of view, are there certain things that parents should not buy at all? Even though they think it's so stylish, but because they're not child friendly, we should just steer clear of it completely.
I would say right from the start again, furnitures like, for example, glass table is nice, sleek in design, but then first of all, the glass might break, and it comes with very thin and sharp edges. So to protect that might be a very big issue, and we try to stay clear from glass material if possible. For example, just now Kenneth mentioned about the toilet itself. So shower screen is of course good to divide the dry and wet area, but then having the shower screen pose another hazard, the breaking of the glass and so forth. And having the shower curb might not be a good idea, because if without that you can actually put the baby bathtub easily to shower your baby, and we can avoid tripping hazards.
What about educating the child then? Because I mean, there must be some instances where you just say this area is out of bounds. Is that a good policy to have, do you think?
I think it goes down to a very early age of your child. You could start as young as a few months old. So what we'd advise homeowners to do is to actually go low in the angle of your child's perspective. So to look at areas of your home, that means maybe during that age they love to pull wires, cables. They would like to open drawers, things like that. So take a good look at your home, see what's necessary to remove. DIY, just put a stopper to it, or if it's necessary, just go to stores and purchase those ready-made child-proofing products.
Well, these ideas sound great, guys, but let's be honest. In a busy parent's lifestyle, some people may think that this is overdoing it. Do you think that's a trend? People are maybe overprotecting their kids? At what point should we just, let them be kids and then kind of make sure that they don't hurt themselves, as long as, we do our due diligence, but at the same time don't overdo it?
I would say kids will forever be kids in their parents' mentality. They never grew up. So protecting, maybe when your kids, after educating them about the dangerous and safety aspects, maybe we can start to cut down, maybe about 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, at the age of 5, naturally, it depends very much on how good you have done teaching them during the early years. So at the age of about 5 years old, it's good to see that he or she should know what's safe and what's not.
Okay, because we don't want to compromise our sense of style. You don't want to be put in a position where the child is dictating every single aspect of your home, or maybe some parents don't mind. I don't know. Well, anyway, thank you so much for those tips there. It's important to balance the sense of safety with a sense of style. Thanks so much for being here. Interior designer Louis Chia and Managing Director of Renonation Kenneth Tan sharing their secrets for keeping your home chic